I'm Tyler from Reversion Raceworks, and in this video, we're going to show you how to unlock free horsepower from this big block Chevy. On top of that, we're going to show you how we go from concept to reality with our design process. So stay tuned, and let's see how we do it. Up first, we're talking clutch fans. I'm sure you guys have all seen Engine Masters, and if you haven't, check it out, because you'll learn those clutch fans suck a ton of power. So we want to swap this old girl to electric fans, because we all love free horsepower. On top of that, you might be wondering, why don't we just buy a kit? And that's because this truck has the tall radiator. I couldn't find a shroud that would fit that, and I didn't want to do radiator. So we're going to make this a product, and it'll be on our website in the future. But right now, let's show you what it takes to make it. Aside from clutch fan deletes, we're talking EGR deletes. The port section is pretty easy. You just get the appropriate plug, and then that goes right into the intake. On this side though, we're gonna have to design a plate that'll bolt on and get rid of that EGR valve. And since we're here, we're gonna 3D scan just this whole section of the intake and make a block off plate for this valve as well. That's something to do with the fuel tank pressure, but we're keeping it for our application. We're just gonna make that as a product. So if you're using one of these late model big blocks in an old school application, you can get rid of that and make it easier. But let's get scanning. All right, now it's time to 3D scan this thing. I've got a pretty minor amount of prep work to do. Really, I'm just gonna put some of these scanning markers around it so the scanner doesn't lose track and it's able to keep its position as we go around the truck. Fortunately, everything's pretty satin or matte color or dirty, so that's really not a bad thing when it comes to 3D scanning, because shiny things are pretty tough to scan. So I think we're gonna get away without using spray, but only time will tell with that, and we'll find out once we start scanning. One thing is ASUB has these magnetic dots that are pretty nice, and they just go right wherever you place them. Unfortunately, the radiator is aluminum, so we'll probably have to use a couple stickers there, but we could go around the engine and find spots that they'll stick to. I'm actually probably going to put some stickers here, because if you do have them, the scanner is obviously going to pick this up, and then there'll be geometry that you'll have to delete later. So since I want this to be pretty flat, and this is where I want it to mount to, I'll probably avoid using these here, but they're great for plenty of other use cases. So I'm still going to use them as I place it around the truck. Now when it comes to the sticker markers, the ASUB Retro Reflective Easy Remove are one of my favorites to use, because they're low adhesion and they don't leave glue all over the surface you're putting them on. So we'll just go around and put a couple up here, because like I said, this is one of the focal points. I want to make sure we 3D scan. We want this truck to be cool, right? Because that's what the cool kids are doing these days. They're building trucks with bin block Chevys. And here's what I was saying. You just get a better view of how I place the markers around the radiator support, and then all the magnetic ones in the engine bay. So first off, we're using large. So this is going to be a pretty big scan. Big as in the size of what we're scanning. Fine details, okay. I prefer to be as fine as possible where your computer can still handle it. And then I usually use balanced. All right, now we're time to calibrate. There we are, completely calibrated, ready to scan. Initially I had that on automatic, but I just switched it to the dark mode. And that seems to be doing just a little bit better. A little bit lost, but that's no problem. Alright, let's try to get deeper in there. Looking pretty good. Now that the physical 3D scanning is completed, we just have a little bit of post-process work to take care of. You can see here we have two different scans, because I felt like the first one was missing a little bit of geometry, and I wanted to make sure we had everything we possibly needed before moving forward. So this is easy to fix. You just take the two scans, pick some similar points between the two, and the program is able to recognize that and align them to each other. Then once you hit the OK button, it overlays the two together, and it lines up pretty good. You want to see a mix of the two colors, even if there is a slight misalignment. There's nothing to worry about there, because after the align tool, you jump into merge, And this is where it's going to take care of that discrepancy with their maximum distance setting and smoothing layers. Just hit apply now and the program takes care of the rest. Alright, well, here's the intake. I wanted to, one, remove some of these parts because I want to get this thing into powder coating. And also, I want to make a plate to remove the EGR. And I'm not sure if we're going to be keeping or removing whatever this component is. So either way, I figure I might as well take it all off, give it a quick scan, send it off to powder coat, and keep the ball rolling. Probably won't even be using this coil bracket anymore. I'll just get a scan of this general area, and then I can make a block off plate for both of these pretty easily. And do I need to 3D scan this? No, but it's a tool that I have. I'm good and proficient with it, so this is going to be the easiest, quickest way for me to make this part. Plus, when you got the tools, why not use them? It's far from a perfect scan, but for what we need it for, this will be plenty. Like I said before, we're only using this to make a couple little plates, so I'd argue this is even a bit overkill. Now that we're all done in the Peel software, we're going to take that 3D scan mesh and throw it into SolidWorks. You'll see here we have pretty much everything we need to work off of. All the top mounting holes up top, and then on the bottom we have these clips where they bolt into the bottom, and really all the hoses and radiator thickness and just all the dimensions you could possibly need in this one spot without having to go back and forth to the truck. And so this makes our job a million times easier when it comes to product development. That being said, let's show you what we created. So let's start at the bottom of the shroud. We found the position of those clips and added holes right in the center. I might even think about slotting those just to add a little bit of adjustability and maybe differentiation between the trucks, and you know how parts fit. Then when you go up a little bit, you'll see there's two provisions for 2 electric fans. Right now they're spec'd out for 2 brushed spall fans, but we're looking into some brushless options, and we haven't really nailed down what we're going to use for this kit yet. Or maybe we'll do multiple options. We'll see as this progresses and we do a little testing on the truck. And then once you go around to the top, we have some bends that'll go right around the radiator and keep it one nice sleek piece, which will honestly be an improvement since the original shroud is 2 pieces. Then lastly, this is one of my favorite touches, we have a 3D printed spring perch. So instead of making this powder coated or painted and then scratching up all that paint, we thought it would be nice to use a 3D printed piece to, one, add to that spring tension so your hood will still pop up real nice. And also it'll be a replaceable piece, so if it were ever to get damaged, you don't need to get a whole new shroud. That pretty much wraps up this design. I'm excited to get it made at Send Cut Send, and then we could see how it fits on the truck. Now let's check out that intake. Reverse engineering the parts for this intake was really straightforward. It follows the same process. You take it from Peel OS or Peel CAD and import it into SolidWorks. And then since there's no bends, we just have to create planes on these flat surfaces and outline the part for what we need to delete. So let's show you what we came up with. So here's the 2 block off plates. Pretty simple shape. We'll get those laser cut out of aluminum. As an added bonus, we're going to include gaskets with these too. Since Send Cut Send can do cork, makes it super easy for us. This is really just a quick overview of CAD. I don't want to get too much into the weeds and bore you to death. If you want more info, check out our Discord and we're happy to chat. That's going to wrap up today's video. We got parts designed and orders out to Send Cut Send. Next week, we're going to be diving deeper into the wiring and what it takes to get Holley EFI into this truck. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our Discord.